Hello, I'm Charisa and welcome to Movies and Mud Masks, the show where comedians take time out of their busy schedules to come and hang out because work is yucky. Let's see who's in my bed this week. Oh my goodness!
Good morning.
It's comedian, funny man, Ethan Cavanagh.
I don't remember a thing. I was at the bar and now I'm here.
You have pants on, so you legally can't sue me. So
I've got a big scar across my abdomen. What's happening?
You don't mind, do you? It's fine. You signed the waiver, and that's all that matters. First off, what film have you brought us to watch today?
I brought Love Actually. I'm not a big film person generally.
Why?
I just don't know how everyone's seen everything. Like, I don't know where everyone
You
gets...
never have free time.
I just don't know how everyone has the time. Everyone's like, I saw Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, that's like a work week.
Yeah.
You have to sink into that. But this is the one movie I watch every single year.
Every single year.
At Christmas. I watch Love Actually. It gets me like in the Christmas
What?
mood. Oh!
There you go.
My goodness. This is
Oh, I've got one as well, yes.
Is this?
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Happy watching.
And also with you.
Oh, thank you.
Is this real champagne?
Or you can try and you can see.
It is.
That's real. That's not prop water.
Oh, it's real champagne.
That's real champagne. Cheers to working from bed.
It's a little flat, but yeah, it's good. No,
My
that's
God.
fine. No, it's
God,
fine,
you're
guys.
demanding.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, no,
Oh my God. Do you think good dancing or bad dancing?
I think it's good. This is like, surely enthusiasm is a good substitute for coordination.
Yeah.
That's my policy.
Apparently he didn't want to shoot this scene and like saved it to the last day because he was so nervous
That's
to shoot
so
it. And
funny.
it's so endearing because you can kind of tell
That's
he'd
uncanny.
hate. But I wanted to ask you because you got into comedy like quite young, like teenager. What
Yeah.
age were you when you started?
I was like, it's like 14 and 9 months. I was 14. and
You
like
couldn't even
6.
work at Boost.
Yeah. No, I don't know. My school offered a comedy stand. I know, private school. I went to
God.
one of the drama units was like, you could do stand-up comedy in year 9. And I was like, well, this will be a bludge.
Yeah.
And it was. I have now made it my career.
What's the worst town you've ever gigged in?
Oh, I quite like doing regional towns.
Well, that's what you started
The
with.
worse, the better.
Yeah.
But my first gig, one of my first gigs ever when I was 17, was in a little town called Maryborough. Maryborough is a little town in upper north central, lower western Victoria.
Thank you for that.
You're also welcome. It's a bit of a hole. It's quite a deep hole too, so none of the racism can escape.
I have a little game for you because you recently posted on your stories you were poking fun at a lot of country town welcome signs.
You know, like the whole welcome to this town.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I love it.
I'm like, where's the budget coming from? Who's doing the graphic design?
Who's doing the
I'm obsessed with it.
marketing?
Yeah.
I want to know. But I've made up, I want you to pick which one's made up because I've picked out some country town slogans.
Incredible.
I have 4 here and you're going to pick which one's the fakey.
All right.
Okay, so number 1, we have Dumas, Texas. I'm a ding-dong daddy from Dumas. Number 2. So that's so cute.
It just feels so like you could be the mayor of Dumas with that delivery. That's so good.
Yeah, it could have been the one I made up. I could have written it. Welcome to my anus. We are full of surprises. Number 3, we have Mitchell, home to the biggest wild hog festival in Georgia.
Ooh, can we go?
I mean, what are you doing next week? And number 4, we have Ashburton, whatever it takes. It's a bit rapey.
That's such.
It's a little bit.
It's such
bit
a
hands-on.
regional town attitude. Is just to be
Yeah.
like, we will do anything to be noticed.
We'll do.
I reckon it's the first one.
The first one?
Yeah.
That one's real.
Really?
Do you know which one was fake?
Please don't let it be the second one.
No, it was Mitchell, home to the biggest wild hog festival.
Yeah, see that's too unimpressive. Oh, this is good. This is so good.
This is, I think, my favourite scene of the film.
Bit of comic relief in the middle of the movie.
I know.
See, that's what I don't want to, I can't act, right?
I know.
Thank you for that. But I reckon I could do
Oh, you could do this little bit that
lighthearted
Rowan
comic relief,
Atkinson does.
wackadoo, 70-second scene that I could do. It's not a nice necklace.
No.
Like,
It's a heart as well. I was like, oh, bold.
yeah, if you were going to cheat on your spouse, what kind of
Yeah.
necklace would you buy?
Probably.
Answer in the comments.
Yeah. Yeah. Comment below. I have some rapid fire questions for you. What's the worst date you've ever been on?
This girl's house was disgusting. Like, it was so messy. Like, there was a coffee table, probably like 1 metre by 1 metre in the middle of the lounge room, and I couldn't put a cup down on it because it was like Uber Eats and like soda water bottles and like dirty dishes and clothes and like hairbrushes with hair on them. Like,
Did it smell?
Yeah, the whole place was awful.
You're like, what is that smell of like someone passed away?
Is this the cholera we were warned about? And then in like the kitchen, like all 4 burners had like 4 pots stacked up, dirty on them, and like, you know.
And this is her trying to like give you a good impression.
I'm like, you knew I was like on the way.
Yeah.
And like in her room, she's like,
I tidied up, of course.
Well, literally, so like in her room, she like mowed to get like to the other side of the room. She had to mow a path through the clothes on the floor. Like it was like, you know, like snow, when they bulldoze snow.
Yeah.
Like a snow plow. She had to like move it, and she was like, "Sorry, I meant to clean." I was like, 4 years ago? Like what?
Here we go.
There's a lot of adultery in this film, isn't there? Or like extramarital.
She's 17.
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
I mean, and the fact is like, what if he answered the door? Like, what if the husband...
he was like, I gotta commit now.
Yeah.
She's answered the door,
does he just hit on his mate instead and be like, oh no, this was for you, I'm in love with you?
Yeah. Also, like, this scene I feel like has always been advertised as like such a romantic scene. And then given full context, you're like,
it's psychotic. It's psychotic.
Oh God. I have a little would you rather game.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a partner who's a chronic interrupter or someone who, whenever they greet you, use baby voice?
Anything to have a partner.
And the baby voice is like, it doesn't matter who you're with, like you could be with your parents. And it's like...
What was the first option?
Chronic interrupter.
That I'm okay with. I need to be interrupted. Ask the crew here.
That's why they keep pacing back and forth with their hands in their head. But also like baby voice, like they greet you, and it's in front of anyone, like your family, friends, and it's like, Ethan, how are you?
Yeah, I think we have our answer.
Would you rather never perform again, or
Please,
have every...
God, yes, let me quit. I'm tired. I've been doing this since I was 14.
He's a
So
child
what was the other
bride.
option?
Or every gig be an open mic.
Oh, I don't mind the open mics. I don't do them, but I don't mind.
That's why you don't mind them, because you don't do them ever.
Yeah, I haven't been beaten
I love them.
to death yet by open mics, and so I'm kind of open to that happening.
You're open to
I also really like a low stakes gig. Like now, like if I were to go back to Maryborough now, I like to do like an RSL kind of gig. Oh, it's so good because you can just be so mean to people.
One last question: which character do you think would be one of the worst audience members at your shows?
Oh, I reckon...
Would it be cue cards? Boo!
I love you. Ugh. I reckon it's Natalie. It's like, I love her character arc, but I think Natalie would be the kind of girl to sit in the front row and have 7 Rieslings with the girls and then just get real yappy right in the front row and just like make the whole show about her and like swear, and then you'd have to bounce Natalie and you'd have to be like, I'm so sorry, thank you for your energy. You're like, I'm making it funnier. And you'd be like, okay, time to shush now, please. We've already spoken now.
Yeah.
Please shut up, I have a show to finish.
She'd be on the cruise for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of Natalies out there.
Don't I know it? Or like I find like if I ever talk about like dating life where it's going, he's a piece of shit, leave him. It's like, let me finish this.
Yeah, I've worked that in later. I'll tell you when to feel like he's a piece of shit.
I think the funniest thing I had from a Natalie like audience member was when I was in the middle of like a setup for a joke, and this woman yelled out, "What happened?"
Like you weren't.
What happened next? It's like, if you let me finish.
I was gonna tell you. That's kind of why I brought it up.
I like to, I like to completely like gaslight, or just tease them and then just completely not end it.
Yeah. You're like, you'll never guess what happened to me on the way to the comedy club. No, really, guess.
And then I smoke bomb out of there like Andy Kaufman. And lastly, what upcoming gigs do you have? Where can we follow you?
I've got some shows here in Sydney in the middle of the year. We're doing a wine tasting in Bondi, and then we've got shows in Melbourne at the end of the year. I'm going to UK in August, and a whole bunch of stuff that's not yet on sale. So you can find all of that at ethancavanagh.com, or find me on Instagram at ethancavanagh.
Oh my my God. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Ethan.
Thank you. Do I have to leave? Can I have a little nap here now? Can I just kind of...
Well,
you do the next one.
Yeah. Do you know what? That'll be the surprise when you really pop out. Who's
just keep adding them in.
Yeah. It's a little better.
Snuggle on down in
It's
here.
a little better.
Okay,
Oh, there you go. He's out now.